Hello ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to this video. A very warm welcome to another video of mine. Well, today I'm gonna talk about Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha. You know what Shatabhisha means in Sanskrit? Shat means 100 and Bisha means remedy. So the meaning of the word Shatabhisha is 100 remedies. And at this point in time, Jupiter will be in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha. So it is gonna provide people of this world 100 remedies. It is gonna give you a solution to your problems at this particular moment. Whether it is your career, whether it is your health, whether it is your married life, whether it is your personal relationships, whether it is your business, whether it is your job, whether it is your career, whether it is your personal life, this particular nakshatra, Shatabhisha Nakshatra, will provide you the necessary solutions to your problem. It is gonna cure your diseases. It is gonna cure your illnesses. If you were having a strained relationship with anyone, then during this time, you will see that that relationship will mend, will become alright. You know, as the planet Rahu is the ruler of this Shatabhisha Nakshatra, let me tell you all that the things which you experience during this time, the solutions which you will be getting during the time of this Jupiter in the Shatabhisha Nakshatra will be sort of permanent in nature. So for example, if you are unemployed, then at this point in time, you will get a job and this job is gonna last for a long time. So this healing, this curing, this solution to your problem will last for a long time to come. So my suggestion to y'all would be that make your utmost efforts during this time and you will see results coming during the period of Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha. Well, now let me start predicting about the moon signs and the ascendants. Let me start with Aries moon sign, Aries ascendant people. Let me tell you all that Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha will be in your 11th house. So during this time, you can expect gains in your life. You can expect some money in your life. You can expect some extra money in your life apart from your regular income. You will get recognition in your work and your job during this time. And if you have any unfulfilled desire at this particular moment, that desire, that wish is gonna get fulfilled during this time. You are most likely to get help from your elder siblings during this time. If you have any, if you are suffering from any sort of disease, then during this time, you will see that you will recover from that disease and the recovery will be very quick. If you are currently facing any sort of problem from the government, then let me tell you all that there is a strong possibility of you getting a solution to that problem during this time. The government authorities might be very helpful to you at this particular moment. Well, for Taurus moon sign, Taurus ascendant people, Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha will be in your 10th house. During this time, let me tell you all that this is a fantastic time for your career, for your job, for your profession, for your business. Let me tell you all that you might be thinking of entering public life at this particular moment. It might be that you become a member of a club, or you start taking active participation in philanthropic activities, or you may start helping the poor and the downtrodden. You are gonna get recognized for the work you are doing in your organization, in your company at this particular moment. You need to be very aware of your karmas, your actions at this point in time, and make sure that your karmas during this time are in sync with moral values. You have to walk on the path of righteousness at this particular moment. Only then this particular phenomenon, I mean Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha will give you positive results in the future. Some of y'all may get a promotion during this time and you will become more powerful than before during this time. I mean, y'all might get a higher post or a higher designation in your organization at this particular moment. Well, for Gemini moon sign, Gemini ascendant people, let me tell you all that this Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha will be in your 9th house. During this time, there is a strong possibility of you finding a guru for yourself. If you were having any sort of strained relationship with your father, then during this time, that relationship will mend. It will become much better than before. And if you were facing any sort of enmity, any sort of opposition from your bosses in your workplace, then during this time, that relationship will improve drastically. And your bosses and superiors are gonna support you at this particular moment. You are gonna remain inclined towards spirituality at this particular moment. You are gonna realize that there is a superpower above you who is ruling you. Your illusions about life would break at this moment. You will realize that you are here on this planet Earth because of God and not because of your doings. Well, for people who are abroad at this particular moment, they might have to return to their native land at this particular moment. The circumstances which they will be facing will compel them to return to their motherland. I mean, the place of birth. So, a long distance travel cannot be ruled out at this particular moment. You can face some problem regarding hips, tailbones and thighs at this particular moment. And generally speaking, you could face some bone related problems at this particular moment. Well, for Cancer moon sign, Cancer ascendant people, this particular Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha is gonna be in your 8th house. So during this time, let me tell you all that you could face some transformations in your life. You could undergo some major transformations in your life. You might face some obstacles and hurdles in your life at this particular moment, but I would suggest you all to fight those obstacles and hurdles at this particular moment. And if you keep on fighting, then I want to tell you all that things will work in your favor later on in your life. Don't give up on yourself, even if you are in a dire situation at this particular moment. There could be a sudden event in your life which will harm your near and dear ones. So you need to take very good care of your loved ones at this particular moment. You could also get some sudden money at this particular moment. The money which you receive at this particular moment will not be the money which you have earned. This will be a money which can come to you in a way of legacy or gift. You are gonna get inclined towards occult science, astrology at this particular moment, and you will get detached from the materialism of this world at this particular moment, because you will see that these materialistic things are not giving you happiness. So you will try to detach yourself from these materialistic things. You are most likely to recover from your mental anguish and hopelessness which you were having just before this period of Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha. Well, for Leo moon sign, Leo ascendant people, this particular Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha will be in your 7th house. So during this time, let me tell you all that your relationships are gonna improve at this particular moment. Your relationship with your spouse are gonna improve. Your relationship with your partners in business are gonna improve at this particular moment. And there may be a chance of you to break a partnership at this point in time. And this break in partnership might be in an amicable way. Well, for people who are abroad at this particular moment, let me tell you all that you all can face some problems. You could be in a soup at this particular moment. So be very careful if you are away from your motherland at this particular moment. Well, on the whole, let me tell you all, this is gonna be a very relaxing time for you. It is gonna be a very chilling time for you when Jupiter is in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha. Well, for Virgo moon sign, Virgo ascendant people, this particular Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha will be in your 6th house. So during this time, let me tell you all that your friends are gonna help you at this particular moment. They are gonna help you mentally, emotionally, spiritually and financially. And if you were having any sort of enemies at this particular moment, you will try to make truce with your enemies at this particular moment. They might become your friends at this particular moment, and you could expect some sudden gains from your friends at this particular moment. If you contract any sort of disease at this particular moment, let me tell you all that there is a strong chance of you recovering from that disease very soon, or that disease might be very mild in nature. So there is nothing to worry about health at this particular moment. If you are facing any sort of court case and the decision from the court has been pending since a long time, then there is a strong chance of you getting that decision from that court during this time, and the decision would be very favorable for you if you get that within this period. Well, for Libra moon sign, Libra ascendant people, this particular Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha will be in your 5th house. So during this time, you can expect to find a new love partner for yourself. And if you are already having a love partner, let me tell you all that your relationship with your love partner is gonna improve drastically during this time. They are gonna support you in everything you are doing at this particular moment. You are gonna enjoy a lot with your love partner at this particular moment. There is also a chance of you or your love partner helping each other financially. And for students, this is gonna be a tremendous time. You will see that the focus, the concentration you had lost on your studies will come back once again. You will be able to concentrate and focus on your studies better during this time. You will be able to comprehend, grasp and understand all those subjects which you were not able to. The only source of mass distraction for you all would be the opposite sex. You would be thinking too much about the opposite sex at this particular moment. So this will distract you in your studies. My suggestion to y'all would be, don't mingle with the opposite sex and try to focus and concentrate on your studies fully. Well, for Libra moon sign, Libra ascendant people who are in the stock market, let me tell you all, this is gonna be a fantastic time for y'all. Well, for Scorpio moon sign, Scorpio ascendant people, this particular Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha will be in your 4th house. So during this time, you will find all the comforts of the world. You will become very relaxed at this moment, and there would be hardly any work pressure at this moment. You will be completely relaxed and chilled at this particular moment. Some of you might buy a machinery for your factory, or you might buy an electronic gadget at this particular moment, and these purchases which you make during this time will be very auspicious for you. You will earn a lot of money through these gadgets, these machineries. I'd like to suggest all Scorpio moon sign, Scorpio ascendant people to take care of your mother at this point in time. Because if you have a mother, then you will realize that this is your prized possession at this moment. Well, for Sagittarius moon sign, Sagittarius ascendant people, Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha is gonna be in your 3rd house. So during this time, you are gonna get very bold, very aggressive in your work at this point in time. You are gonna make decisions left, right and center, and those decisions which you make during this time will benefit you in the future. There will be no dilly-dallying on your part at this point in time, and you will approach life very boldly, very aggressively and in a very dynamic way. You are gonna help your younger brothers and sisters if you have one at this particular moment, and they are gonna be very appreciative of the help you would provide to them at this particular moment. Basically, this is a time for action for y'all, and you will not hesitate in taking actions immediately for all your problems at this particular moment. Well, for Capricorn moon sign, Capricorn ascendant people, Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha is gonna be in your second house. So during this time, let me tell you all, there can be a substantial increase in your wealth. There can be an addition to your family at this particular moment, and you will be inclined towards saving money at this particular moment. However, I want to tell you all that you need to take care of your eyes at this particular moment. You need to face life very boldly at this particular moment, and if you face any sort of life challenges at this particular moment, I am sure you will overcome them during the time of Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha. The silver lining in the cloud would be that your family and your spouse is gonna support you at this particular moment. They are gonna support you in all the decisions you will take for yourself and for them, and they will give you the respect you deserve. Well, for Aquarius moon sign, Aquarius ascendant people, Jupiter is gonna be in your ascendant or over your moon sign. So this is gonna be an excellent time for y'all. You will get very confident about yourself and your environment at this point in time. If you were not able to see success until now, then during this time you will see that success. I mean, in your career at this point in time. All your illnesses, all your diseases are gonna disappear from your body at this point in time. And if you were suffering from any sort of complications arising from that chronic disease which you already have, then let me tell you that particular complication would also disappear during this time. The highlight of this period for y'all would be your confidence. If for some reason you had lost your confidence before this time, then during this time you will regain that confidence. Well, for Pisces moon signs, Pisces ascendant people, this particular Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha is gonna be in your 12th house. So during this time, let me tell you all that you are gonna control your expenses. If you are addicted to any sort of vices, then I want to tell you all that you will curtail those vices at this particular moment. In fact, I'd suggest you all to reduce your alcohol intake if you drink. I'd suggest you all to focus on your inner self at this particular moment, and don't remain in any sort of illusion, be it regarding your personal life, your relationships, your career, your love life, etc., etc., etc. You could also experience some loneliness at this point in time. Well, this pretty much completes my analysis of Jupiter in the nakshatra of Shatabhisha for all moon signs and for all ascendants. If you want specific predictions about yourself, then you can contact me directly. Well, like I always say, that if you wish to know your future through astrology, and you are determined to live the best possible version of yourself, well, one must always try to live his or her best version of themselves, because there is only one life to live. There are no duplicates of a life. You won't get a chance to live this beautiful life once again. And besides that, if you want to earn money in your life, if you want to experience richness in your life, if you want to be a positive person in your life, if you want to see success and prosperity in your life, if you want to experience peace, tranquility and calmness in your life, which is most important for human beings, and you are hell-bent on taking your life from the ridiculous to the sublime, from the low point to the high point, from nothing to something, then you can contact me over WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number has been given on this video. Have a great day. God bless you all. जय माता दी, जय मां काली।